This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we are close to downtown Denver. We are at Urban Pump. I'm here with the founders and owners, Greg and Sharon Hoffman. For over 19 years, you've been providing health and fitness to folks out there. You were named top 100 professional trainers in America. Let me ask you, first of all, what got you started in this?
Simply, I came across a different way of training. To be honest with you, I used to be like what everybody else did. I would go in the gym, I'd work out, do 2 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, split my body parts up. I was big into strength training. I was big into bodybuilding at the time. I really wasn't making a whole lot of progress. I was on and off for a few years. Like everybody else, you get into it a little while and you quit, and that's because you overtrain. I learned that now after reading what I did. But the thing that really changed my viewpoints is I came across a book called Super High Intensity Bodybuilding. It was written by a man named Ellington Darden. He worked with Arthur Jones back in the late 60s and early 70s. They're the ones who invented the Nautilus machines. I didn't pay much attention to the Nautilus machines before, but when I read this book, it was really earth-shattering to me. The principles they talked about went against everything I was taught. They said you need to train the whole body the same day, that you should do no more than 2 sets per body part, that you should spend no more than 45 or 50 minutes per workout, and that you should just simply train hard. And then once you do that, you need to get out of the gym for at least 48 hours. I mean, shut the body down completely, or it's not going to really have a chance to rest and recover and grow. That went against everything I was taught. Well, you got to be in the gym. You want to get bigger, you got to spend more time in the gym, you got to do more sets, you got to split the body parts up even more. Well, these guys went completely against that. Applied the principles, and for the first time in my life, I started seeing some true progress. I started getting bigger, I got stronger. That's how I got into it.
Fantastic. Everything you do here, the crux of everything you do is the high-strength program that you developed.
Yes.
And that's basically over years and years working one-on-one with folks and learning something. Tell me what that entails.
The high-strength training program, it's evolution, if you will, of high-intensity training, which is what Ellington Darden and Arthur Jones used to do. There are a few things that they do that I disagree with. One is that they're big into machine training, and by doing a lot of sets on machines, you work the large muscle groups, but you don't necessarily work the stabilizer muscle groups, and you certainly don't teach the body to work as a unit. I learned about these ideas from another man named Paul Chek. He was big, and still is. He does a lot of continuing education and research in personal training circles. I credit him for being revolutionary with core training, so I studied a lot of his stuff and applied it to the principles. And then same with functional training. Functional training is simply doing whole body movements under load that teaches the body to work as a unit. That was getting pretty big in the personal training circles about 6 or 7 years ago. Learned some of those concepts, applied it to what we do. It's all three of those things that I put together that I call the high strength, and that's what differentiates it from high intensity training. It's what differentiates it from conventional weight training, and it also differentiates it from what most people do with core training. It's just a collage of the best that I found in the industry, put it together and created my own program.
Wonderful. What's amazing about this program is that you can go through the program. It sounds like only 3 in a week, and also we're talking about combining some aerobic training with that, which is not what people are used to.
The workout's 3 minutes or 30 minutes 3 times a week. It's very short, brief, intense, and gets the job done. Truth be told, it's all you need. You don't need to do an aerobic training program separately. You don't need to do a strength training program separately, and you certainly don't need to do core training separately. As far as the aerobic aspect, I don't put people on a bike or a treadmill and have them go and have a steady state aerobic. What we do to challenge the cardiovascular system is work above the anaerobic threshold. In other words, the part where you're really having a hard time keeping your breath up, and we try to stay there as best as we can. That really challenges the heart and lungs just as well as a good aerobic training program does, but it's better because it teaches the system to be more efficient and to work at higher levels of intensity for longer periods of time. In other words, it's a better way of conditioning the whole body, and so that's how we address that aspect of it.
What's great about this, you guys actually have programs and packages that I think really fit any need, any budget out there, be it if folks you want to come in and basically lose some weight, maybe gain a little bit more muscle mass, get ready for peak optimization in a sport that you're working on, as well as also maybe just look good. Tell me about some of these programs.
Well, we have classes that at the most we accept is 4 per class, and then we also do some one-on-one training. We have mini classes too, where 2 people can work with the same trainer in the same hour. That works well in a buddy pass situation. You want to come in with your friend, it's a very good motivational way to train. Or if you want to come in with your husband or wife, works perfectly. So price range on something like that is typically anywhere from $55 a session to $15 per class, and anything in between. We could fit whatever works for you.
Wonderful. Great packages. People come on in and learn how to do it right. Now, a lot of people getting fit out there. Still the big question out there is nutrition. People are always wondering all the time, how come the nutrition part keeps us wondering, what do we eat, what don't we eat? Basically, Sharon, you guys will hold these guys by the hand, take them to the grocery store and tell them what to eat. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. We can take them to the grocery store. We can help them on calorie counters online. We can show them things that they can eat. I don't like the word diet. It's more of a lifestyle change we're trying to teach people. I help them through it every step of the way. If they have questions, they can join me online to an online calorie site we have. I can track them. They can track me. They can look at what I'm eating. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool, because folks out there, they really do want to know what to eat. A lot of women out there getting into fitness and health, which is great. A lot of them are wondering, what, do I use lower weights? Do I use less weights? You guys go against the norm. Tell me what you do with the women.
The women go through a pretty heavy-duty training session too. We have women that do from anywhere from a 200-pound leg press up to 800 pounds, and they don't get big and bulky, which is a lot of fear that women have. But if they listen to what we say about weight training and we educate them on, they'll learn that women don't have the muscle mass that men do. There's no way we can get like that unless we take steroids. What happens is we actually get a more graceful, hour-shaped body by lifting intently with the weight.
Folks, their website is at the bottom of the screen right there, and so basically if you're looking at getting a lifestyle change happening, or you want to consistently do what you've been doing, a lot of folks out there that, you know what, it takes a little nudge to get them in the door, and sometimes it's that big event, maybe the big day, the wedding. Tell me what you got for the bride and groom.
Well, we have bridal packages, which are great, but you have to tell me that you're going to be in 2 times a week at the very least, so that we can handhold you how to get there, to get that point, to reach your goals. So that's what a lot of the packages are about. The main thing about the packages is it's a really good deal, X amount of sessions for percentage off, but they have a certain time frame they need to get it done.
So they're going to keep you accountable. That's what coaches do, okay? They make sure you're going to use it, and they'll give you a little discount there, but you got to meet them on the other end and commit to that as well.
Right.
Great facility you have here. Obviously, people can come in and do one-on-one workouts with you folks, but also their website's at the bottom of the screen, because you guys offer webinars, you offer some online training. Tell me about that.
Well, the online training, I put that together because I've had a couple of clients that moved away, and so we had to figure out a way for me to be able to still hold them accountable. In the context of that, we were able to put together online coaching. And the cool thing about it is that in the context of that, on a monthly basis, you can send me your diet, you can send me your exercises, progression, so on and so forth. And in the context of that, there are 2 webinar sessions a month, one-on-one, where either I talk with you directly or I spot you through some exercises. I watch your workout and give you some critique on it, and or I show you new exercises in the context of that. So it's still very one-on-one, still very accountable. People have seen tremendous progress with it, and it's only $100 a month to do so.
Folks, as you see, no excuses, okay? If you're here in the Denver area, you can come on down and work one-on-one. They'll go to your home, work one-on-one, or even online if you're not in the area as well, which is wonderful. Online, what you're going to find there also is take a look on the tab for the journey. You're going to see some journeys of people have taken there. You're going to see some before and after pictures, some tremendous outcomes that have happened by combining the best of all these worlds and putting it together in a high-strength program that was developed by Greg. Last thing out there, people thinking about coming and doing it, they've never done it before. What would you tell them, Greg?
Start slowly. When I first start working with people, the intensity simply can't be there. You're not ready for it. So start with what I would say about 50% of what your working weight would be. So let's say, for example, if the leg press that you can do for 1 rep max, not that you should try it, but as an example, you can do 300 pounds, then you need to start with probably about 80 to 100 pounds on the leg press. Real lightweight, work on the form, get used to it, get the feel for it. Same with all the other exercises, real light, and then every workout just increase the intensity a little bit, and before you know it, you're going to be lifting heavy weights, being very strong, and you're going to look fantastic.
Speaking of looking fantastic, Sharon, tell the women out there that strength training is absolutely the fountain of youth. It is what it is. Tell them.
Totally the fountain of youth. It will improve your tone and definition without making you look bulky.
Be strong, be healthy, and be hot. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.